And good morning. I'm Jack Minish with NBC2's Trash or Treasure. Well, as you can see, we have some really fancy and fabulous sterling silver items for you this morning on NBC2's Trash or Treasure. So let's go ahead and get started with this really fancy reticulated bowl over here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you that this is by Gorham, and earlier Bob and I recorded the marks in the back, and here they are right here. Now, this first mark right here is their Lion Passant, and then beside that, we have an anchor cartouche, and then we have the classic Gothic G that Gorham uses in their mark. And so there's your mark right there. And then below that we have sterling, which means the bowl is 92.5% silver, okay? 92.5% silver. That's what sterling is. And then after that we have an A1322, which of course is not the year the bowl was made, but I know exactly when this bowl was made. It was made in 1900. Now, how do I know that? Well, from 1885 to 1933, Gorham used year symbols. These year symbols would designate the year that pieces were made. Now, on the bottom, there is a tiny bell. You can see that stamped right here. We find the bell symbol was used in 1900, as you can see from the marks here in my reference book. Now, as to value, this bowl weighs 11.24 troy ounces, which means if we were to scrap it, it has $320 worth of silver in it, but we would never do that since this thing is 112 years old. This fancy reticulated Gorham bowl is going to sell for around $800. Now, our next silver item here, let me go ahead and tell you that this one is made in Germany, and this is really fancy. Now, before tea bags, there were tea strainers, and that's exactly what this piece is. It's a tea strainer. So what you did was you rested this tea strainer on top of a teacup, then you poured the hot water through, and it caught any tea grounds that would be left. So that's how you strained your tea out. This piece is from the late 1800s, early 1900s. Now, let me show you the marks on the back. First on the back here we see a half moon and a crown, which lets us know that this is German and it's silver. And then notice there's an 800 right beside that. Now that tells us, silver being 1,000 parts pure silver, 1,000 parts pure, that this is 800 parts pure. So it's 80% silver. So we have an 80% pure silver, we have a 92.5% pure silver. Now, this one's going to be worth somewhere in the neighborhood of $150. I'm Jack Minish with NBC2's Trash or Treasure. We'll see you again next week.